Hey, Exoticals, it's your girl back with another Exotical rant. You know what I was just thinking about? You really want to know? I was thinking about Breanna Wood, another Exotical that was born on March 8th, 1995. She was raised by a single mother in Las Vegas, Nevada. She is described as fun-loving, affectionate person, goofy, open arms. Um, Around the time when she was in high school, she actually moved with her mom to Corpus Christi, Texas to finish high school, right? And that's Christi, um, Texas, okay? To finish high school. She worked a number of jobs like Taco Bell as a salesperson, etc. You know what I'm saying? Around about like 19 years old, this young exotical named Breanna met a guy and started dating this guy. And she used to always brag about him on social media, about their relationship and how positive and healthy it was. So it was going really good for Breanna. Around 2015, I would say, they broke up because her boyfriend got locked up and he got a long sentence. So they kind of separated by 2016. At 21 years old, during around 2016, she was about 21 years old. She had got her own apartment, full-time job, and she started dating this other guy, also another street guy. Unfortunately, she started dating him around October of that year, 2016. Um, it was going okay. She decided to call it quits. She just thought, it just wasn't a good situation for her. And then like this guy that she wants to call it quits with, another street guy that she had started dating previously earlier in 2016. And it was kind of like the end going into like, pumpkin season, sweet potato season, around fall. She's told this new boyfriend, his name was Joseph, like, I just don't want to do this. And he calls her out the blue one day and like, hey, can you please meet me at like a corner store? I just want to talk. And this corner store was named PMI Market. It was just really weird. This is what I'm talking about, exoticals. When people call you out the blue, block, block, block. Even if you already made a decision not to deal with somebody, you need to stick to your decision. And that's what Breanna should have done. Breanna was very close to her mother. She texted her, called her, and always stayed in contact with her. So when her mother didn't hear from her in like a day or two, her mother called the cops, which she should have, and officially on the in October, she actually reported her missing. By the 20th, she reported her daughter missing because, again, October 20th, she reported her missing because, like, she was close to her mother. They stayed in contact. You always text and call your mom. They stayed in contact. It was so weird because her boyfriend was actually arrested on a separate charge, burglary, and he was just questioned about Breanna. So they didn't even really, like they always consider the boyfriend or the husband as a suspect or ex-boyfriend, but it wasn't really like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really like they suspected him. But he later bonded out. It was just really weird. They ended up finding Breanna's car. It was left unattended. And a friend actually had her ID, so they brought that friend in too. Because they received a tip that somebody was using her ID at a pawn shop. Let's jump to 2017. Another inmate reaches out to authorities saying he knows where Breanna's body is at. They found her in an abandoned home. And it was actually in a box covered by a sheet and some duct tape was the remains of Breanna's body. Oh my God. She had a gunshot wound to the head. And the inmate didn't even know her. So, like, it was like another inmate came forward and basically said her boyfriend had bragged about killing her and raping her ex-boyfriend. Um, it was just really sad. Boyfriend, of course, was arrested and indicted. But not only was he indicted and arrested, but also his mother was, and a couple other of his associates. Why am I telling you exoticals this scary story? Why am I talking about this right now? Um, because Breanna Wood was a young exotical like many of us are, and she was going about life really just trying to date and find love. And this is what I'm talking about, ladies. When we're dating and in the field trying to find love, we really have to vet men. And sometimes when our mother hasn't really taught us how to vet men, we don't know how. But one rule of thumb, if a guy is in and out of jail, has a whole bunch of face tattoos like this guy did, and he just looks like he just looks very rough around the edges, I honestly would deter my young daughter from dating him. Because a lot of stories happen like this. This guy was a raging maniac. Not only uh did he commit a crime, but he also SA'd her. You know what I'm saying? So ladies, be very careful with the energies you bring around yourself. Breanna Wood she had a bright future ahead of her. And this guy was like a Latino guy, I believe. And I'm not telling you, but like, I honestly, and the sad part about it, the charges end up against his mother getting dropped. Um, and I bring this up to say, like, sometimes, especially when you're dating out, and don't be afraid, I have dated everybody, but when you're dating out, you have to do an extra level of vetting. Like, what kind of people are you dealing with? Are you dealing with really jealous, controlling, ghetto type people? And they could be of another race. It does not matter about their race, but who are you dealing with? This guy had a record. This guy actually looked like he had been in and out of prison. You gotta really know who you're dealing with, ladies. And sometimes, like, you just are just like in the air, dating, having fun. Like Breanna was. She was a 21-year-old with no kids, carefree. She thought like he just wanted to meet up with her. That's why I had made videos about not going back to situations, not getting yourself back involved with people that you've already determined are not good for you. It was a reason that she broke up with this guy. And he proved that reason when he wanted to all of a sudden meet up. People show you who they are. Believe it the first time, ladies. I'm definitely not blaming Breanna. Condolences to her family and whatnot. And I hope they have some type of, justice served because he's in prison, and two of his associates that help, conceal the crime are in prison as well. They got lengthy sentence of 8 to 10 years. And of course he got a long sentence, a life sentence, I believe. But ladies, this is why I'm talking about like vetting men. Just because somebody identifies as male or a man, says they're a man, and they want to talk to you, doesn't mean it's a good opportunity for you to share yourself with this person, to get involved with this person. A lot of times when you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. And this is what really happened to Breanna Wood. She didn't know who she was really dating with. She didn't have the proper guidance on dating men. And a lot of times you cannot, a lot of young women try to like carry other people's demons on their back or help them out with it. You cannot do that as a young woman, as an older woman. You cannot do that for a man. Whatever problems he has to fix on his own. You going back and forth with somebody that's just not good for you. You can't change somebody. You can't fix them. And you are not a trained doctor. Okay. So you taking on these broken men is a very bad idea. Long story short, ladies, please be careful during this season. I know a lot of people get depressed during winter, fall and winter, especially if they're not in a relationship. And if an ex calls them or texts them, they're kind of eager to jump on it because they just haven't had like that personal person to person touch. Ladies, even don't even like go get a pillow and hug your pillow. Pray, meditate, find something else to do, but don't let your loneliness take over and you're not thinking with your logical head. And a lot of times predators like this guy Joseph, and I'll put his information in the description box. They prey on young women without dads. They prey on young women that are raised by single moms. They prey on young women that have never been taught womanhood. They prey on young exoticals that may not be close to their black side of the family for whatever reason. They prey on young girls like Breanna, and unfortunately she was a casualty of that. So don't get in your feelings. Think logically. If you're depressed, please find a good therapist or counselor. In a lot of states and cities, in your cities and counties, and even your states, they offer free counseling. So you don't have to go to these websites and pay people. You can actually get free local counseling from the Department of Health in your area. So please look for that if you're dealing with depression or something or loneliness. Go try to get some professional help that you don't have to pay for. Don't let these guys manipulate you. Long story short, Breanna had to learn the hard way. Hopefully many of us do not have to learn the hard way. But please, ladies, keep yourself safe out here. Condolences again to Breanna Wood's family. And really, I do really want to give a thumbs up to her mother, which she literally was very diligent about getting Breanna's story out and seen, and by the police to really she pressured the police to really look for her daughter. Ladies, this is like life. This is really like your lifeline, your discernment. Use it, study it, pray on it, meditate on it, ladies. Do whatever you need to do to get discernment and keep yourself safe. Bye, ladies.